think my glasses are a glare. Let's see here, you guys. We're just getting situated. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to the vibe. Welcome to the vibe. Yeah, there's a horrible glare here. Let's see if we can turn this off. Welcome to the vibe, y'all. This is Bodhi. And as you see, I have my princesses here. So this is a whole new different vibe. Let me see. Let's go ahead and we'll turn it up a little bit.
I think I like it on.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay like that, huh? Boom. Okay, wait, go down. Yeah. Yeah, we finna get this out. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hello, beautiful people, y'all. Welcome to the vibe, okay? It's Bodhi. Thank you for joining the frequency. Thank you so much. If this is your first time on the vibe, I hope you enjoy it. You know, like the video, you guys. Share the vibe. This is a new vibe that I'm doing, okay? Remember, we were talking about a new era. It's a new era. And I feel like in this new era, we have to be as transparent as possible, you know, and I'm a mother, right? I'm a woman and then I'm a mother before I'm anything, you know, and so I'm always so very protective of my children and their energy, but we're all good, right? And I feel like it's a wonderful thing to be able to be transparent, you know. That's the only way that you can really help people. You feel me? And so I really wanted to just introduce my princesses. Okay. We wanted to introduce them, my beautiful deliciousness. Okay. We're going to be doing a little bit of a Q&A with them. Okay. A little bit of girl talk. All right. When it comes to spirituality. And I wanted to do this vibe because it's like they've helped me evolve, you guys, you know, just so much. Just, you know, I swear to God, it's like, here I am the whole time I thought I was teaching them, but really they were teaching me throughout this whole journey. You know, we've been doing this for a long time, ain't we? The spiritual thing, you guys, right? So, like I said, everything that I've learned along the way, I've tried to teach them or just give back to them in some way, but they've always found the way to teach me as well, right? And so we're going to, you know, do this little Q&A, okay? This little Q&A, all right? And then since it's this new moon, y'all, this new moon energy vibe, okay? We are going to be sharing, what do we have here, you guys? What do we have?
A few things.
Yeah, we do. We got a few things, but we're going to be sharing, you know, how we prepare for our spiritual bath. Okay. The moon was void, of course, last night, you guys, right? It was in the sign of Pisces, but it was void, of course. And so we did not celebrate last night. I think it went forward actually around 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the evening, but I just chose not to celebrate the new moon because of that voided energy. Besides, it was my daughter, like we were celebrating my daughter's birthday. Her birthday is tomorrow. Yes, y'all. Her birthday is tomorrow. This is my Pisces. She's turning 17 years old, Miss Paget.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm just so, we'll talk about it in a minute. Oh my God. We'll talk about it in a minute. All right. So anyways, we did not get to, you know, I chose not to, you know, do our intentions last night with the new moon. Instead, you know, we're going to do them tonight. And so we're going to show you how we are going to prepare for our spiritual bath type of thing. Okay. They said happy birthday. And Gypsy, it was your birthday. Is it today or tomorrow? You can't hear it no more. Turn it up just a little bit more. She said, thank you. So is your birthday today, Gypsy, or is it tomorrow? And happy solar return, darling. Yes, Pisces season. Let's cheers. Pisces season. Yeah, man, she's definitely a Pisces, you know.
March 9th.
March 9th. Well, happy belated birthday, darling. Happy belated, darling.
Belated
yes,
birthday.
honey. So we're going to, since that new moon in Pisces yesterday was void, of course, we're going to do our little ceremony tonight. We're going to show you how we prepare for that. Now, even though it's in the sign of Aries today into tomorrow, it goes off into Taurus, we're still in the Pisces energy for the next 2 weeks, okay? So you can still, you know, so this will still be operating in her first house as a Pisces, okay? But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get off into the video, you guys. Let me properly introduce my princesses, okay? My oldest daughter, Paget.
Hi.
Turning 17 years old tomorrow. Just, my firstborn. Oh my goodness, she's my confidant. You know what I'm saying? She just, just so amazing and such an outstanding sister. Oh my gosh, she's just outstanding sister. Like hands down, we're so blessed and honored to have her. She has a lot of 3 energy, so a lot of joyful energy and things like that. She's totally awesome, y'all. She's totally awesome. But
6.
well, your life path is a 6, yeah, but you have 3 energy. Isn't your expression a 3 or something like that? I think your expression is a 3. Bless you, baby. But your expression number is a 3, so that's, So anyway, she has some 3 energy in there, okay? But she's just this beacon of light. We're just so honored to have her. So this is my oldest daughter, and then my youngest daughter. Well, let me take that back. She's been my youngest daughter for the last 14 years. This is Miss Jada. And how old are you, sweetie?
14.
And she's 14 years old, my darling, my love. I just love her so much. Just so genuine and just, honest with me. She keep me on my toes, and I so appreciate that about her. She gives me a whole different perspective, and I just love her to death. She's so amazing. So these are my daughters, and my little one is asleep, y'all. She's asleep. But anyway, here we are, okay? How y'all doing tonight? How is this new moon energy vibing with y'all? Beautiful people, leave it in the comments. Let us know. Today we're in this new moon energy, yes. So now that I've introduced my princesses, let's go ahead and do some Q&A, all right? Y'all, the comments will go by fast. Our 3 of y'all babies are water signs. Yeah, they're all 3 water signs, girl. We have a Pisces, we got the Cancer, and then my youngest one is a Scorpio. Yes, it's like a water trinity. It's crazy. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to ask them some questions, right, about their spiritual journey and their whole spirituality, because we've been on this journey together, and I think that, us adults can say so much about our journeys and how we've, did all this and that, but, I feel like it's the children that we should be nourishing as well with this kind of information and, like, these practices and stuff like that, So let's see. Can y'all remember? Okay, so here we go. Can y'all remember the very first time I introduced spirituality to you guys?
Yes.
Can you remember? Okay.
I was in elementary.
Okay, you were in elementary. Now, can you hear her, you guys? And I don't know, I can't see the comments.
She said all 3 of her boys are earth signs.
Oh my goodness, and all 3 of your boys are earth signs. I know that. Ooh, cool. Girl, a lot of stability and just strength, and they're going to be loyal and like family men. That's what's up. They're going to be good workers too.
Yeah.
Providers, good for them. I can toast to that. Yeah, man. Okay, so you can hear her good. Okay, thank you, Gypsy.
Thank you.
So y'all, the first time that I ever introduced spirituality.
I was in 1st grade.
Okay.
And I remember it was just like affirmations
and vision boards.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Kind of started off like, light. And
well, what was one of the first affirmations? Or
every morning while we were in the parking lot to go to school,
or even on our way to school.
Yeah,
I remember going to school.
Yeah, but every morning to school we say, if they can do it, I can do it. I can do it better.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then it kind of turned into that. And then also endless good comes to me in endless ways.
Yeah, so. Man. And then how old was y'all? How old was y'all then?
I was 6.
I don't remember.
You were 6, and she's 14.
8.
You 8?
You were 8 or something like that. So you guys, I just remember, like I said, as I was learning, I wanted to teach them as well, and I knew that they were young, so I was like, oh, this is a perfect affirmation. Endless good comes to me in endless ways, and I got that from a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. And so I was like, man, that's something that's catchy. It's something that the girls can remember, and so it stuck to them. It stuck to them. And I wanted them to know that if the next person can do it, and that it can be anything, if the next person can do it, they can do it, right? I wanted them to know that. I wanted that to instill in their mind. And so that's where that came from, and I used to tell them before I dropped them off every morning,
If they can do it, I can do it. I can do it better.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I used to tell them. If they can do it, you can do it, but you can do it better. And I said it for years to them.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah. And so okay, so how has that changed, or like was that a positive thing, or like was it just too much? Like, tell me y'all experience with that.
Well, for me, I was in elementary, so when we was learning these things, it was kind of just like something that we did, or just like a ritual every morning. And I know what it meant, but it didn't really like hold too much weight. So now that I'm about to be 17, they are more.
It's becoming more meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's definitely got more meaningful over time, because you kind of recognize how you could actually apply it in different situations you get in.
Yeah, and then you
how
find
much
yourself.
it helps.
Yeah, and you find yourself in certain situations, and
you're automatically doing it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Because you guys were young, so I can understand where they're coming from, because they were young. Like, I started them really young, right? And so y'all didn't know. I mean, but didn't I try my best to explain to y'all why y'all were saying it?
I understood it.
Yeah,
but
it's not like you didn't understand it. It was
like,
just something we just said.
It's become more like, I feel like it's become more meaningful, because then first grade, second grade, I never really understood why it was like how I could use that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
like now.
Okay.
If when I'm in school and stuff like that, or when I'm doing certain things, I like to think that and say that to myself, and I feel like it really it really means something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't think back then it was like I was in 3rd grade, so you just go to school and say your ABCs, so it wasn't like, but now that we're getting older, it's more important, I guess, in the day-to-day life.
So how do you use it? So do you use that in your everyday life? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Almost every day.
Yeah.
Almost every day.
I use it every school day. I can say that.
How do you do it?
School.
Well,
School.
for me,
some stuff can
go ahead. Okay.
Okay. Go.
So for me, when I get frustrated and I just get tired of stuff, I think, well, I'm not the only person doing this. I'm not the only person feeling this way with this, and so I understand how I'm feeling. So, so I can also, continue to go through with it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, and then and we were talking, and you were telling me how, now it's not that you really have to recite the affirmation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you did it so much.
So then we were saying it every single day, out loud, and then now it's not like I wake up or throughout the day every single day saying, if I can do it, they can do it better. It's just more of it's such in my mind and my unconscious that when certain situations pop up, that's just a reflection. Yeah, that's just the automatic thing that's okay, well, I already know that if they can do it, I can do it, and I can do it way better.
Yeah.
Or
there's no doubt.
Right.
Yeah. There's no doubt.
It's just automatic now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So the affirmations kind of just reflect in our daily life, it seems.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that me and my daughters, we sit back and we have these spiritual conversations. Oh, thank you, baby. But when I sit back and I tell you that we have these spiritual conversations, this is what prompted me to be you know what, I feel like, it's time for me just to share. You never know who could be scrolling through YouTube and they're, and they're trying to teach their daughters or, or their children, how do we do this or whatever. I mean, I just really just wanted to bring it on here because you just never know. I feel like the youth, we have to pull them back to what really matters, or we got to at least anchor them. And spirituality for me as a mom, as a single mom for the last 15 of my life, has been to anchor them in spirituality. You feel me? What did she say? How do we go back?
Did I, no.
Oh, shoot.
Take it down. Cancel.
Sorry, y'all.
She said,
Okay.
touch it.
Did you also apply these affirmations when you became vegan?
Yeah, I did
The
because
baby's up. Babe, Aria.
Hi, Marquita.
Hold on, y'all. Hey, Marquita.
So for me, I didn't really want to go vegan.
Babe,
like,
Aria.
a
Okay.
long time ago, because everybody else is vegetarian. Like that's kind of what I knew, and so I loved cheese and dairy and stuff, and so I wanted to go vegan for my skin, and which was basically just plant based, and then so. I was like, oh man, I know I need to do this, but I can do this. There's so many other people doing it. It's probably not even that hard. There, I've
they
been
can do it, you can-
vegetarian.
You're not gonna have to get her, baby. With her bottle and stuff.
So
Okay, yeah, that cheese is wrecking my
Yeah.
skin too, girl. Yeah, it really does. So
Yeah,
so
so
I mean, but
definitely
I'm
though.
very proud of her. I'm very
Definitely.
proud of her. And so not only that, but with the affirmations, like we were talking about with you, and you were talking about how back then I was just saying them just to be saying them, but now that I'm older, it makes sense why I would say them because why? Like, because it makes you feel better. It gets you in
it
like
gets,
you know.
Sometimes when you're doing stuff, you get frustrated and your mind just comes in like a low place with school and stuff. And you get frustrated, you can't think right, and your mind's all jittery, you get distracted. So, like, saying stuff like that, it helps just clear your mind and get you looking on the positive side and, like, okay, breathe. Okay, and, like, I feel like as soon as I do that, like, I'm on a roll, like, typing or doing whatever, and everything just makes sense.
Puts you in a different
all of a sudden.
perspective.
Okay,
of
so
things.
so I didn't waste my time then when y'all was that
I
young.
actually enjoy doing that
Yeah.
on the way home or
Now-
going to school.
Yeah.
And then you guys mentioned the vision boards. So we were talking about vision boards because after all these years, y'all, we still have the ritual where we do a vision board once a year. And so we were talking about the vision boards, like the very first vision boards, right?
Yeah,
And,
I think I kind of do remember our first vision boards actually.
Yeah.
It was in St. Charles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And their first vision boards are like, a Barbie doll.
Nails.
I mean, I think
You
they
know.
had maybe like 6 or 7 pictures on it. It was like, some fake nails, some fake nail polish, some Barbie dolls, and a playground set or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we didn't really know what we were doing.
We didn't know what we wanted.
So how have the whole vision board thing evolved for you, and what have been your experience? Do you think that was just some yeah right type of stuff, or have it actually happened in any way in your life? Like,
It's definitely evolved my vision boards. Like, I look back at the ones that I have, and I can see how much more serious it's gotten, over time. I think, like, maybe 3-4 years ago, I just started to actually put my careers on there and what I want to do and me graduating. And there's things that I know I want to succeed in life. I want to graduate high school. I want to go to college. I want to get a degree. I want to, I want to do this. I always have a different career every vision board.
Right.
But
I was gonna say that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it changes. But
Your vision board is definitely
get more
changed.
meaningful. Yeah.
Because every
Again.
year you
Yeah.
change. I
Yeah.
think
Oh, they change.
you get to see, if you keep them, you get to see like, oh, I last year I wanted to be a doctor. You probably forget that, but
so have you guys ever experienced anything in particular from the vision boards, or has it just been every year we're doing vision boards and it's just a fun activity, or do you actually see it being something that's practical, something that can
Well, what was that, last year? We looked at our old vision board from like a couple years ago, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And
That
we
was a while
seen
ago.
a lot of the things on the vision boards we had did, and that was crazy.
yeah.
it was crazy.
Zip lining, like all these things. We didn't even recognize it. It wasn't like we're looking at our vision board, check that. We were just doing it.
Yeah.
And we look back like, wow,
That's the
we
guide.
really did it.
That is the guide to honest truth. So
Yeah.
things like vision boards, you guys, as ancient as the information is, that is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
why no matter how, like, okay, we on to the next type of information, like it's the same information, this is the same stuff,
And it is
so
fun.
and it's a fun thing
It's really
to do, and it's a ritual that we created a long time ago, and it allowed. And I'm so grateful that it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yes, Because like and it was her that realized when we were going through, because we always in motion, we're always moving and transitioning and things, but we've kept some of them, not all of them, but some of them, and we had to let others go. But we were looking at some before we were moved out a couple years ago, and she was like, "Mom, wow, we done been in Slither Bombs, we done did this, we done went zip lining, we done did all these things, right? We had the same car, like we didn't." I was like, "Oh my God," you know. So it was good for me to feel like this stuff is working. So everything that I do for my, like everything that I teach them, like they can see that, man, this works. Like Mom's not just, you know, this ain't just some hocus pocus la la type of whatever the case may be, you know, like, you know, that's what I wanted to create for my daughters. You know, this is my way of trying to break generational curses. I wanted to show them that, you know, anything, they can have anything. It's really all up to their mind, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to start teaching them how to use their mind to their ability as soon as possible. And so just having like this whole intentional motherhood type of thing, really trying to break those generational curses that I was talking about, you know what I'm saying? So just, you know, doing that whole thing, you know. And so it's not like I need, you know, like for me it's like patting my own self on the back when we can look back and, you know, because other times, like a lot of this stuff we were doing when they were young, you guys, they would look at me like, "Mom, well, why are we doing this?" "Okay, well, we're just gonna do this. Come on, I want us to do this. You know, we're gonna do this."
It's like, what do we do? What now?
Yeah, like, you know, well, what do we do? You know, so, but then it's like, as they get older, they see how meaningful all these things are, and they see how practical. That's the word that Paget kept using when we were talking, you know, and so you're like, this is practical stuff, Mom, you know, and so, yeah, man. But anyway, so I'm gonna shut up. Okay, so we talked about the vision boards, right, y'all? Okay, we talked about the vision boards.
We also had some affirmations on our wall.
Oh, we did.
The affirmation wall.
We had an affirmation wall, you guys. And so talk about the affirmation wall. That could be a good idea, y'all. If you want to take your affirmation game to the next level, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's a great idea to keep it front and center and all of them in one spot, you know, and a place for you to meditate and even set up your altar. Yeah.
So I remember we would, because sometimes like you learn so many affirmations, it's hard to remember all of them, and so when you write it down, it helps you remember it. And especially the way we did it, we wrote our affirmations down on a paper, and then we cut it out into little squares and taped them piece by piece to the wall, and it made like a little like section of different little pieces of paper that have affirmations on it. We you know, we read it, we go over it and read it every night before we go to bed to help us, you know, get that in our mind, and you know.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And you have one. Y'all have one in y'all room and stuff.
We all had one in our room. My handwriting's really small, so they were really small. So when I do it again, I would like to get them a little bit bigger. So, but we all had those, and we also have a gratitude jar that we try to write in very often as well.
We got the gratitude jar. That's right. And the affirmation wall kind of came from my best friend. One of my best friends. She stayed in Vegas, and I went and visited her. And she had this wall full of like writings that she actually wrote out, and that takes a lot of energy. So it's like, again, energy never dies; it just transmutes. And so when you're putting this energy into these writings, and you're cutting it out and you're putting it on the wall, and it's like all these things are intentional. And you go to this wall and you meditate, and you know, you do your work there, you know, I mean, it builds up a vortex of really positive, powerful energy, you know what I'm saying? And so I brought that back to my children, and I shared it, and it was a pretty cool thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right. Well, question number 2, let me see. Okay, so what are some keys that you've learned about your spirituality? Like, what are some key things that you guys have learned so far, I would say? Because we know, like I tell them all the time, you're going to always learn and get better and evolve. You're never going to know everything, you know? And I tell them all the time, I don't know nothing, you know, I just like to learn. And as I learn, I want to show you guys the way. That's it, you know? And do your own research. Don't, like I've always said, right?
Yeah. Well, for me, keys in spirituality, you know, the main ones like astrology and numerology and
That was my
affirmation.
favorite.
Yeah.
Which one? Which one's your favorite?
Astrology.
Astrology. Why? Why is astrology?
I like astrology because it teaches me more about myself. You know what I mean? And it sounds weird,
Others as well.
but I like learning about myself and understanding why I am the way I am, and it also helps you. You know, when you if you want to like grow, you know what I mean? You want to grow in different ways. You can look at astrology and see, okay, in this perspective of my personality, you know, in that trait, like you can know how to grow to be the more mature
person.
Yeah.
So you like astrology?
I like astrology too. I think I
Yeah,
use
me too,
astrology
man.
a lot. Like,
Yeah.
when I meet a person, that's first question I'm asking is, what's your
Yeah.
Well,
birthday?
what's the main thing about astrology though? Because it is not really a trend with us. Like, really, it's important. Like, I feel like that's important. It really tells. Well, what's the main?
It tells you about the person's personality, about their traits.
Yeah, man.
It helps, who
Their
they
traits,
are as a
yeah.
person. It helps you learn a lot about them.
Things that they
Meanwhile,
like or dislike.
Right. Okay. And so, meanwhile, what about numerology?
Well, that's just basically my life's purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it talk. Well, that flows more so in your purpose, your life's purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Mm-hmm.
But numerology can also tell you a lot more than just your purpose, because there's like your expression number.
Yeah.
Your skills and your talents and
So it
things
teaches
like
you
that.
about yourself too. I think they both teach you about yourself
Absolutely, in different ways. I mean, I feel like they do
where
a
you're going,
360
like
degree 360 degree thing. That's your clues and your hints and stuff when it comes to who am I and why am I here. So I feel like astrology tells you the who am I, like who am I, and the numerology tells you why I came to be, what is my purpose here, you know what I'm saying? So so that's what's up. Now, what are some other keys? I mean, astrology, yes, numerology, so a lot about learning about themselves. I wanted them to know as much about themselves as possible. So important. Like, you need to know what you want. Then that way you ain't out here chasing everybody else's dreams or aspirations or visions of what they feel like you should be. And like, I don't want them out here chasing ghosts. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I really want them to stay true to who they are, no matter no matter how popular that is. You feel me? The live video able to be shared. Yeah.
Once it's finished, I think.
No, you can share now.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You should be able to go to it and share it. Thank you, darling. I love you. That's Marquita, you guys. Fearless Shine by Marquita. That's that link that I have in my description box. She has amazing, beautiful jewelry for a very reasonable price. That link is in the description box, or it will be after the live. It's paparazzi jewelry that'll be in the description box, you guys.
Ancestors, getting back to the question.
Okay, yeah. So getting back to the question. Okay, thank you, darling. See what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So ancestors, that's really important.
Ancestors, she said.
Yeah.
Ancestors.
We learned a lot about our ancestors.
That was a great thing.
It really was. It really changed the game for us, our ancestors. Do y'all remember the first time we ever set up an altar and who we set that altar? Oh my God.
Yeah.
You remember that?
We did it.
I think I was in like the eighth grade.
Yeah, I was
maybe
in sixth
something.
grade.
Okay, I was in eighth grade.
I was in sixth grade, and we set it up for our great
granny, man.
Well, your granny.
That's what I call her.
Our great granny, our Gigi. Yeah.
Oh my God, and we got her like her little table, and they were in on everything. You know, we researched about the ancestors. African spirituality, of course. They know about the Medu Neter and things like that. We've been there, y'all. We've been there. And so it's kind of like I wanted them to know, like, as a child or as a human becoming. Okay, and maturing, I want you to know what's out there. I don't want you to just focus on one religion and just because I told you so. I don't want you to be a Democrat because I told you so. You feel me? I want them to exercise their spiritual independence. I want them to exercise their political independence. I want them to exercise these things, their creative independence to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? And so we researched a lot of different, we've researched Hinduism, Buddhism, we've researched,
Taoism,
yeah, man. I mean, we've been,
Christianity.
of course, you know what I'm saying? And so anyways, they know just a little bit about a little bit of everything, but not too much about too much. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's still learning
A
over
little
here.
bit about a lot.
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit about a lot of different stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it just gives them an idea of what's out there, So anyway, we went off into African spirituality. We all agree that that's something that just really resonates strongly with us, as well as Buddhism, I feel like really resonates with us. But anyway, and one of the things is the importance of honoring your ancestors. And so, when we really dove off into that whole dimension of that, oh my goodness. Like, when we set up my granny's altar, man,
we did a pretty good job.
We did a really good job. I knew that my granny loved cats. I knew that she was an Eastern star. I knew that she was a spiritual woman. I knew that she knew about the stars in certain aspects. You know what I'm saying? I knew that she knew about not hidden, but higher truths, as an Eastern star back in those days. You know what I'm saying? When masonry was very big and all these things, right? So she was in there, and she used to sit down and like talk to me in parables and in code and shit. And I really didn't understand what my granny was saying to me. I really didn't understand. I was young. So when my kids tell me this type of thing, I'm like, damn, man. Because now as a grown woman, now that my granny's gone, I look back and I be like, that's the same thing. Like she used to talk to me and tell me different things. But I didn't understand then what she was saying. Now I understand completely where she coming from. You feel me? So anyways, we set up her altar because I wanted her wisdom. I wanted her wisdom. I wanted her knowledge. I wanted her strength. She raised 12 kids by herself, and she did a damn good job. Like 3 of them came out to be millionaires, or they made at least $1 million in their life. Okay. Couldn't read and write barely. They did their thing. No, they did their thing, man. Even my mom, man, like she done reached $1 million in her life, man. Like, so anyways, like,
so yeah, we did
the whole ancestor thing. And so do y'all have any experience with the altar? Like,
I'll go first.
It's not really scary either. It's not scary.
I go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go first.
Okay. Well, for me, I really like the altar because it's not like when you create that in your home, it's not just your home anymore. Like you're actually inviting that type of energy into your house. And so I remember when we set up her altar, things just got a little bit more, I would say, intimate,
changed.
I guess. Yeah, and things change. Like
She said
changed.
intimate.
yeah, because like
She
you
said
feel
things
it.
changed. Like,
You feel it. And so like my sister said, things would drop, or I thought I had seen like her outline sitting on the couch looking at me, and even just coming into the house and feeling it, smelling it. Like it's really personal.
one particular time we came home, this was about maybe a day before Harvey came. We lived in Houston. This was about a day before Harvey came, okay? And we had the altar, I always had my grandmother's candles lit. So, the altar was very active. But we just came home from work and from school and all these things. And I come in through the garage, and the first thing that I smell is my granny's house. Now, my children have never been at my granny's house. However, they knew the smell in that environment. They was like, what is that smell? Like when I was the first one through the door, and I'm like,
it smells so sweet.
I said, Granny? That's what I mean, like when I came in, it just hit me, and I said, Granny? Like, are you in here? Like, y'all remember that?
Yeah.
It was such an intimate moment, man,
And
because I asked them if they smelt it, because I needed to know if I was tripping. So did y'all smell it?
Yeah, it smelled like
really
watermelon.
good. Yeah, I can still smell
My
it.
granny's house smelled like, oh my
Look,
goodness, my power is going. That's ridiculous. But my granny's house back in the day would smell like snuff. Like snuff had this sweetness and watermelon, and that's what my house smelled like that day before Harvey came. The day of that evening, a stranger, came to my door and told me, "Hey, I used to live in this house. If I were you guys, you should evacuate. This is going to flood. Get all your important documents, put everything on top, just leave, And we left. And true enough, our home flooded, but we were safe. Anyway, so let's go on. So number 2, so they learned about the altar, different energies, astrology, numerology. Paget was talking about your mind,
Yeah, that's really important.
The power of
especially
mind.
when you get older. Like we've been learning about that since we were younger. And like I said back then, like you don't have too many worries. But now that I'm about to be 17, I'm in 11th grade. I'm almost finished with that. Like things are getting more realistic, and it's like always trying to make sure, like, okay, I may be feeling this type of way, but how do I deal with it and get past it? It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry, but how do you heal through that and be a better person the next day? And how do I attract this? The law of attraction. Like, it's just so much. Spirituality is a really big topic. So, but the power of the mind is definitely very important. That's probably the most important to get anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to teach them, how to use their mind. And so, Marquita said, "How do we set up an altar?" Who want to take that?
You can say it, Jada. Yeah.
Okay. So first, you gotta have like a picture of the person that you want the altar to be for, and then water, candles. You want some of the stuff that they like.
Why do you have a candle there? Why is that important?
Because it's the porch light. Like it keeps it on, it keeps it going. You know what I mean?
And we also do like the incense or something to also represent the elements of nature, like water. Is wind one of them? Water, wind, water,
air.
Water, wind, air, and fire. So.
Fire, earth, water, and air.
Basically.
Yeah.
So
and
dirt
then,
or something.
And then whatever interest of the person you're making it, like we had her like a cat statue, tobacco, different
the snuff.
Sweet stuff. We had like candies, I think.
Because she loves sweets. So she was a phenomenal baker. My granny loved to bake. So I will always, like every Sunday, I will make big dinners, and I still do most of the time. And so whatever we were eating every Sunday, that's when she will also eat. And then, so, and I always... Yeah, so she'll have her plate of food, and I will always make sure she have something sweet on the side.
Yeah,
and of course, you'll take the honey. Yeah, so it's an antibacterial, and they also like the sweetness of the honey. We also have some coins or something out. Fresh flowers. Yeah. She loved the color white.
Yeah.
Cotton.
Cotton, yeah. So yeah. I don't want my battery to die out. Here, let's see here. Let's see. Oh yeah, rituals, you guys, right? Because we will be doing one tonight. Each one of them will have their own spiritual bath, their own time to bring in whatever it is that they want to bring in. They'll talk to you about that in a moment. But different rituals. So, what do we normally do during a ritual? Like what's the basic ritual thing? That y'all have been doing since forever.
In a very general statement, you write stuff down. You write your intentions down based on whether you want to release or attract, and that usually coincides with whatever the moon is in. And after you write that down, then usually kind of sit there and meditate on it for a little bit and try to really get in that energy, and then say it's like
moon's in a fire sign. You want to visualize that. I know what when we meditated, I know I used to visualize what I want coming in, and then what I don't want going out. Yeah. So meditate on it.
Yeah. And then after that, whatever the moon's in, say it's in a fire sign, then usually the piece of paper we might burn, or if it's in a earth sign, bury it.
Water sign,
sure.
Flush it.
Yeah. We will also meditate. We always meditate. Whenever we do a ritual, before we even begin, we always got
listen to music, nice music.
Yeah, we always,
sage, smudge.
Sage area.
We smudge. Yeah, we do that.
Light candles and incense.
And what do we do with our markers? Yeah, crystals. And so what do we do with our markers and stuff like that?
They got to be black. Pens.
Well, pens have to be black. And pens, then markers, we would decorate.
Oh yeah, we got to grab the charger. Where the charger at?
I don't know if it's gonna fit.
I think it's too short.
Is it too short?
You don't have a extension cord? Do we have an extension cord?
Shoot.
But yeah, you would decorate it.
You guys, if my battery do go out, we will jump right back on live on another phone. So we'll jump right back on. I swear, y'all come back on, you guys. I would greatly appreciate that because I definitely want to talk about rituals, with them, their experience with rituals, because a lot of people, there's a negative connotation when it comes to rituals. The point of the matter is that, brushing your teeth in the morning is a daily ritual. Okay. Taking a bath every night or a shower every day is a daily ritual. Anytime you do something on a repetitive basis is a daily ritual. So my my focus have always been to live intentionally. If I'm going to live life, I want to have some type of understanding. Hey, how you doing? Wonderful, wonderful. I want to have some type of intention of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I understand that I'm not in total control, but I do have some control, right? And so I like to live intentionally. And so that's why the rituals are done. I want to work with the moon. I want to work with nature. I want to work with the sun. I want to work with the wind. I want to work with the air, in the water, and the earth. I want to work with these things, and the fire. I want to work with these things because I'm a part of these minerals. And they're a part of me. So I like to have my copper when I'm doing my rituals, because I know copper is inside of me that represents the earth. I like to have my water because I know that represents my emotion and that my intuition. You feel me? So I like to speak into that water and all these different types of things, right? And so this is a positive thing. Rituals are not a bad thing. It's a negative connotation, but this is a positive thing. These are life-changing things, okay? This will take you from A to Z. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay? It's not devil worship. It's not La La Land. It's not any of those things. Okay, the things that we have created in our rituals as a trinity has been, I'm actually trying to get all of our, some of the things that we've been experiencing and put it all in one big creative project to show you guys. We really, this is major, our spirituality, our evolution. So, rituals. So what's the basics? So y'all set the stage, meditation, we set the music. Creating the space is a very important thing. Creating the space, right?
Yeah, that's really important.
Very important.
And being in a good environment as well.
Speaking it as if you already have it. I am. Say if you you want more money, I have an abundance of money, speaking not like I want, but saying I have, I am.
That's right, baby. Yeah, it's happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. And the meditation. Oh, yeah. So what do we do with with the creative things? Is that important to get creative? And how do we get creative? Oh yeah, drawing.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Doing little drawings. I remember we went to the beach for one ritual, and I still have the notebook, and I taped sand from the beach.
Did you find it? Or you
I didn't find it.
Oh my
God!
But I have y'all, we have so many different notebooks, and that was her favorite one, girl. But she had taped sand from the beach
in Houston. Yeah.
And that was a part of her ritual, and that was years ago. And we move around so much, and so so like I said, some things we got to let go, and some things we keep. But so that's that was a favorite ritual for you.
I think that was I can't decide between that one and then the one where we buried our ritual paper at the park. In the full moon. I think that was one of my favorites.
When me and you and Paget went to the park and we buried our intention, and there was a big, beautiful full moon. There was a huge hill that was on the park. Okay, a huge hill, and we went to the top of the hill, honey. The moon was big, and and it was in the earth sign. I don't know which one, but it had to be in an earth sign if I wanted to bury something, because I wanted it to grow or be done with.
I think one of my favorites, I kind of just remembered, besides that, we've done so many rituals that I may be forgetting some, but one that we've recently done is shadow work a ritual? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the shadow work. And I also enjoyed our most recent one, which was the candle work. That was a lot of fun.
It was very
creating the holes and putting stuff. A lot of the stuff that we do in spirituality is really creative and it's fun. So
Okay, yeah, man. I think one of my favorite rituals is when we were on the island and as our backdrop, it was like what was that?
the
The
ocean.
Caribbean, the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
and the moon was huge. And you know how it looks over the water; it's beautiful. And we were out there. We had our tables out there. We had our candles and our incense, and the water was splashing and talking, and everything was nice and smooth, man.
We
And it
have a
was just
picture of
us.
that.
Yeah, we actually have a picture of that. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, that was one of my favorite times. But like she said, we've done so much that you
Yeah.
know. But do you think that the rituals are productive to you? I mean, do you think that they, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bring inequality or anything into your
I
life?
think
Or
they're very important. I think that especially when you're writing your intentions, you
Mhm.
start to see them when you do it the right way, and you're really putting your energy into it. You start to see it happening. You start to see it
That's right.
manifesting.
Yeah.
Into,
Oh wow.
the way you live your life.
For me, like more specifically, because every day you kind of get caught up. Sometimes you don't realize, like, oh, that reminds me of the ritual that I did. So my main important thing for when I do rituals is when you have to think about what do I want to attract or what do I want to release. It's like you actually have to sit there and think, okay, well, what do I want to release and what do I want to attract? So let me, like,
You really have to
downtime
think.
to actually think for yourself.
Yeah.
And then it also, like, because I'm not super creative throughout the day, so that really gets me into being creative and that really gets me into being more personal. So for me, my main thing with rituals is in that moment, because that's what I feel like has the most
Power.
yeah,
Oh,
power, and
wow.
even just like effect, whether
Being
it
in the
happens or
moment.
not, I really don't know after that. But in that moment, yeah, I get
Oh,
to like actually
wow.
sit there with the intention of, okay, well, I'm doing this for so
Yeah, man. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead, you guys.
You should-
Like the video, you guys. Like the video. Please like the video. I should do what, babe?
you should have a low power mode.
I should put it on low power
No,
mode.
it's too late now.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. All right. So, lastly, one more question, and I really did want to share this with you guys. If y'all would like for me to come back if the phone does go off to share with you guys how we plan on preparing our spiritual bath, we have our herbs and stuff here, then we can talk about that. But let us know. But if not, if it goes out, y'all make sure y'all like the video. I just wanted to bring my daughters on here and introduce them and just share their journey. And so y'all can get to know who they are. So the last question that I want, just some small things we're sharing with you guys, not everything, but what does spirituality mean to you guys? Now, I guess, now that you're at this age and things are starting to make sense and be more meaningful.
Spirituality to me means my childhood.
Wow.
When I think of spirituality, I think of my childhood because mom, she really, I think of her too. She really
Yeah, I think of
made
mom,
sure
too.
to teach us spirituality, and it was always something new with spirituality. So every time I think of spirituality, I think of mom and I think of my childhood.
Wow,
'Cause
you
that's what it
guys.
was about.
For me, spirituality now means
Toast to that, y'all.
okay, well, toast to it. Well, for me, spirituality means more of a practical thing. I find myself using it every single day, especially for good mental health and just like everything. I try to always stay optimistic and stay in a really positive vibration. And even when I'm not in a positive vibration, using spirituality to get through that and, heal through that and not beat myself up for it. It also means it's more of a personal experience. As I was talking to them earlier today, it's not something that you can force onto someone. So I don't really people, So yeah, it's more personal. It's your own thing because spirituality, as I said. So it can mean astrology simply to you, or it can mean many other things. So it's definitely your own experience and journey.
Wow,
Spirituality
that's
means
beautiful.
to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I think Paget, when we were having these spiritual conversations, because we do this a lot, and she was telling me about spirituality, and she was saying, it's taught me that my emotions and my thoughts and my words and my mood, it really creates the kind of life that I'm living. And for me to be like, like to me, for me to be aware of that, for me to be
Yeah.
aware that my thoughts and my emotions and my actions and things and how I treat people is the kind of life that I live. And I have some control of this, Mom. I have some control, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to wake up every day and I'm just waking up and then I'm just doing the motions and then just going to bed and I'm just waking back up and I mean it's intentional living.
Yes,
Yeah.
Purposeful living.
Through life, really.
Spirituality is a lot. It
To
can be
help a
trauma,
man.
it can be healing, it can be dreams, it could be
Oh, because you definitely got to face shadow, right?
Yeah.
You got to face the shadow.
Yeah.
And
Trauma's
we're
a
working
big
through
one.
the shadow because their shadow isn't grand. Like I told them, they got baby shadows, and so they were able to really identify what their shadow was, and they were able to identify. Meanwhile, the older you get, the deeper your shadow grows, the darker it grows. You feel me? And so it's harder to really. It's like oh, I don't. It's sore. It's sore. It's a sore. Don't touch it. Like ooh, don't touch it. Ooh. But with them, because they're still growing and they haven't really had any major horrible things that happened to them, their shadow is still small. So you're teaching them how to identify that shadow,
and penetrate it and
which is
deal
the
with
fear, which is the doubt, which is the negative, lower vibrational thoughts, the energy, okay, the animalistic version of yourself, okay, checking that motherfucker and keeping it in balance.
Yeah.
This is why I started them when they were young, because I suffered from mental illness, with depression and anxiety and things and I didn't want to pass these things down. You feel me? Even when it comes to unhealthy eating habits, you guys, that was very important, right? My mother and father got high blood pressure, high cholesterol, country folks, they eat the pig, the every goddamn thing, the bird, the rabbit, the squirrel, the whatever. Okay, and then I developed the high blood pressure as well. But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take a pill. No, I'm not gonna be unhealthy. I'm gonna change my diet. And I wanted to. Now I have a vegan.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't give her an egg.
You can't give me an egg.
You can't give her no milk. You
give
can't give her. Then I have a vegetarian. Okay.
You can't give her an egg.
And so you can't give her no meat. You feel me? She don't want no chicken. She don't want no fish. And she really don't like no milk and shit. The only reason why we're still vegetarian is because we like a little bit of the cheese. But I'm getting more so on the vegan cheese for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying
without
encourage
a doubt.
them and cook and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're awesome cooks. That's another thing.
Turning vegan.
I turned them how to cook a long time ago. I said, you guys, you have to be, this is a part of survival. You have to be able to cook and clean your body, and then your mind.
I never even liked
then
cooking
your spirituality.
Before.
So yeah.
I became vegan, so.
And she's an amazing cook, but she wasn't the cooker. She was a cooker, and she was the eater. But now that she's vegan, okay, she's the cooker. We're the people that try everything out, and everything's delicious.
Cutter.
And I encourage my daughter. So we have vegan nights. I buy her vegan food.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
My sisters she bought me to my birthday.
This is all vegan stuff. My
reusable.
She
bags.
had her vegan cake. We all ate that nasty ass vegan cake. I mean, it's not that. It was not that. It was okay. It wasn't nasty. Oh, the cake was good, but the ice cream, I was like, oh,
The
ice cream. Give me some damn ice cream,
my vanilla was a little too sweet.
I told them what ice cream to get, and they chose to get their own ice cream. I told them they don't listen.
I don't like chocolate.
Our cake was a little dry.
Yours is a little too sweet.
It was really sweet.
And mine was just it was just a little off. I'm talking about the ice cream. I'm talking about the ice cream.
For me,
but the cake was good. We got the cake and all this from Whole Foods.
The cake was it was a little dry, but it wasn't bad at all. I'd rather have that than a cake that.
So, anyways, we support her. We support her. We
don't
really
get
support
ice cream
her.
that has coconut milk in it.
It's too sweet.
And I
it's
guess
like a
oat
diet
milk now.
sweet. Yeah.
Almond milk is the best.
Almond milk is the best milk to get with your ice cream. Yeah. And I'm a foodie. I love the food. I love the food. I like healthy food even more.
But we do cook very often.
Oh yeah, we cook all the time. We throw
and
down.
Most of them, they're very healthy every night. Well, for me at least, when you guys
most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead, if we can, really quick. If you guys are still here, we would like to share, our spiritual bath. So they're going to have their I'm going to prepare a spiritual bath for each and every one of them, especially for Paget, since her birthday is tomorrow. I really want to get her off in that first house energy. She's she's becoming. She's 17 years old and she's becoming. And I want her to really focus on and put intention into the woman that she is becoming. What do you want to experience in life? What do you want to be? Where do you want to go, right? What kind of life do you want to have, right? What looks like wonderfulness to you? And project your energy there and fucking live it, right? This is your time, right? This is your magical energy. So I'm going to give her her spiritual bath. And then after that, my middle child. Let me turn around. Hey, and then I'm gonna have one as well because it is a new moon energy, and I got some shit I want to bring. It's gonna be an herbal spiritual bath, okay? And what I do with my herbs is I boil my herbs. I put them all in a big ass pot, and I boil them until they're nice and hot for about 8 to 10 minutes. I boil all the herbs because there's so many herbs, and then I add that to my bath water. I will also put some flowers here. Let me see some flowers, baby. I bought us these flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna add some flowers to our bath water, and I'm also going to add some orange peels for prosperity. Okay, but some of the herbs that we're going to use is lavender. All right, I got this from the botanical store here. All right, they come straight from Mexico. Lavender. And so what the lavender does is that it helps you calm down. It helps you cleanse your aura. It helps you calm down your mental energy. It helps you calm down your aura, and it helps you with sleep. It also helps you with dreams. Lavender. So you want to put a little bit of this up in your herbal water when you're boiling it. Next, we have the shalamau. That's how I call it, y'all, but whatever, okay? This too is also used to calm the mind and induce sleep. All right, but this is also good with prosperity and releasing bad, okay, and releasing bad energy. Next, we got the eucalyptus, and the eucalyptus is mental clarity. All right, it's good for mental clarity, raising your vibration, okay, as well as improving your concentration. So we're going to put some eucalyptus in their herbal or herbal water, okay? And then we have, what do we have next? We have the sage, and this just promotes healing, okay? It promotes wisdom, okay? It purifies the energy, okay? Your sage, right? Then we have the rose. Oh, I love rosemary because the rosemary, it'll have you looking good. Okay, that rosemary will have your ass looking good. So it promotes youthful energy, rosemary, and it also, helps with your memory. Okay, the rosemary. You can also use rosemary when you're trying to have somebody forget about you, type of thing. Okay, because it can also distort your memory. All right, now we have the mint. The mint is good for money, right? Luck, abundance. It's good for strength. It's good for travel, right? We will be doing a lot of traveling, so we always use some mint in our herbal bath. And then lastly, thank you, darling, we have the deal. Deal is good because it protects you against the evil spirits. Okay, so it's good for banishing. It's good for you adapting, your energy adapting to what's going on around you. It's good for abundance, money, and luck. Okay, so we are simply going to, I'm going to put all these herbs, I'm going to pinch them up, put them all in a nice good thing of water. They're going to, run some nice water. I'm not going to make it too hot, kind of like warm, add this water, the herbal water, to their bath water. I'm going to put them some flowers up in there. I'm going to set up some candles and some incense. Okay, we got us a little bamboo desk, and they're going to get the writing. They're going to get to doing. So what's being activated? Okay, we said the first house is being activated with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mine
so
is the ninth.
and hers is the ninth. So what is the ninth house about?
Ninth house is about your higher education. It's about travel,
Yeah, man.
that the wide travel, long
We got
distance
the mint.
travel.
Long distance travel,
Yeah.
foreign land, foreign language, higher education. So she's going to be thinking about traveling. She's going to be thinking about college because it's about college and things like that, higher institutions. So we're going to use the mint for the travel. And then her first house, like I said, is her becoming, moving into the best version of herself. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much. So she needs all of this, the mental clarity, the concentration. She needs the healing, the wisdom, the all of that good shit, y'all. So that's what we're doing. on tonight, okay? It's in my, I forgot what it is. I've been so busy making sure they know what they're doing, okay? Because I'm gonna take care of me last. But I'm going to, tonight is just a night. The moon is situated in Aries. Let's take this passion, this determination, this eagerness, and bring something to life. Even if it's just you taking your desire, your goal from your mind into the physical by writing it down. Even if it's just that, do that tonight, okay? The moon is there, all right? It's a new energy. It's a new era, all right? Take advantage, use the elements of nature to help you, all right? Allow it to guide you guys. You know what I'm saying? It may not make sense, like this is nothing, or it ain't gonna make no sense. But later you'll look back and you'll see. As you see with these, they still learning.
Yeah.
And they already see how, with their short lives, how much of a life they've had using this kind of stuff. Can you say that y'all had an ordinary childhood?
No.
In what sense? Is that good or bad?
That's
Before we
good.
leave, y'all, thank you for joining. I love you guys. Don't forget to like the video and share the video, you guys. Thank you for joining. This is a new era. Thank you for joining, okay? And as we go out, I love you guys, all right? But as you go out, how was it a good thing or was it a bad
That's
thing?
a great thing.
It was a great thing.
Yeah.
What was one thing that made you so like weird, I guess, or as I like to call it, extraordinary?
Unique.
Yeah.
Um.
Hello.
Hi, Z.
Hey, Z.
Hey,
Oh
Z.
my goodness.
He's so cute.
Oh, that's my godson. I love him so much. He's so just amazing. Little Leo. Hey, you.
Hey.
All right. So what made y'all? Okay,
That's
so
not a bad thing. I don't really know anything about an ordinary childhood anyway, so. But it's not a bad thing. We've been able to see so much and learn different things since we was like that big. So,
it is
it's
so
really
funny.
cool.
Traveling, doing things a lot of people aren't.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I also like to
man.
look at me and then other kids that may have an ordinary childhood. I'm thankful.
And an
I know what I
ordinary
know.
childhood is something I had. Like I stayed in one home my whole life. Mom still have our home. We own that home and all of that over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I stayed in one spot. We didn't do too much traveling. She went to work. She came home. She took care of me. I went to the babysitters. I went to school. I came back. We had this, and it was a beautiful life of stability. It really was. It was, my mom's a life path number 4. So hardworking woman and stable. And that's what she gave me. And I love her for it. I love the independence. And that's the kind of childhood I had, a very stable childhood. Yet still, my mama always worked. So she was never fucking there. She didn't teach me shit. The streets taught me, But I learned from her different things. I learned from my mom how to be independent. I learned if you want to work, better work your ass off type of thing. I learned if a man can't do nothing for you, then you'll need to be fucked up with him. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Like, that's the type of thing that I learned how to keep my house clean. I learned how to keep my body clean as a woman. These are the types of things. My mom should, she taught me how to save money and things. When it comes to living in like my mind, my mental health, my spiritual health, all these things she didn't know back then. Even though her mother was an Eastern Star, for whatever reason, she didn't share the information with the children. I felt like it was kind of taboo back in them days. But she should have, but that's okay. I'm breaking that generational curse. I'm teaching my children everything I know. You feel me?